Hello everyone, today I will be introducing photosynthesis. So what is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is a process used by autotrophs to convert light energy into chemical energy that through cellular respiration can later be released to fuel the organism's activities. Autotrophs are organisms that can make their own food, such as plants, which will be the primary focus of this video. The main function of photosynthesis is for plants to synthesize glucose, which they use to make a variety of different essential substances, for example, energy. Photosynthesis is necessary for a plant's growth and survival. Photosynthesis occurs in plant leaf cells, mainly the mesophyll layer cells. These cells are closer to the surface of the leaf relative to other types of plant leaf cells, and they face the sun, so are specialized for photosynthesis as they are packed with a lot of chloroplasts. These chloroplasts contain chlorophyll, which is a green pigment that can absorb light. Sunlight, which is light energy, is absorbed by the chlorophyll. This energy is used to convert carbon dioxide and water into glucose and oxygen. Below you can see a chemical formula of this equation. And above the arrow, there is a text that says light because light is needed for this reaction to occur. This is an endothermic process because energy in the form of light is transported from the environment to the chloroplast to provide energy for photosynthesis to take place. A good way to remember the chemical equation is to remember that carbon dioxide, water, and oxygen all have a coefficient of 6. And to memorize the formula for glucose, which also happens to come in multiples of 6. Glucose has 6 carbons, 12 hydrogens, and 6 oxygens. Now, you might be wondering, where do all of these other substances involved in photosynthesis come from, or where do they go? Well, for the reactants, carbon dioxide diffuses into the leaf through the stomata, and water is taken up by the roots from the soil through osmosis, and it's transported up the xylem to the leaves. For the products, oxygen is produced and used for the plant to aerobically respire. However, there is already so much oxygen in the air that its production from photosynthesis is not crucial to the plant. Now, glucose is the main reason why photosynthesis is so important. Glucose is used for cellular respiration, a process in which glucose can be broken down to release energy that the plant can use. Additionally, glucose can be used for a plant's growth. It is used to make cellulose, a complex carbohydrate which strengthens and builds plant cell walls. Glucose can also be made into starch, which is a complex carbohydrate used for long-term storage due to it being insoluble and compact. This allows glucose to be stored for future use, for example, when there's no sun in the winter. This condition means that plants cannot photosynthesize and therefore must rely on its starch stores to respire and survive. An example of high-starch plants are potatoes. Because they grow underground without sunlight, potatoes require a lot of starch stores in order to survive. Glucose can also be used to make lipids for long-term storage, such as in seeds. When seeds are ready to germinate, the lipids and starch in them get converted into glucose. Finally, glucose can combine with nitrate ions to build amino acids and make proteins, which are essential for a plant's growth.